Now that we've passed the date depicted in Back to the Future 2, October 21st, 2015, and the hype is dying down, I wanted to address something. Namely, the outrage people have expressed that hoverboards aren't readily available, and the standard of living depicted in the film doesn't match our own. And to that I say, shut up! It's a movie! A 26-year-old movie that took a wild and intentionally outrageous stab in the dark at an outcome that's impossible to predict. The creators didn't even want to visit the future, but the way the first movie left it off, they had to. And the only reason they ended it that way was because they never expected to get a sequel in the first place. Also, people neglect the fact that there's a lot of dumb shit in this future. 3D technology that looks like it belongs on the terrible graphic spectrum end of the Nintendo 64. Gross looking pizzas that are rehydrated from tiny pizzas that must have the density of a collapsed star. You still have to buy newspapers to keep informed. Laserdiscs are still a dominant form of media storage. Nobody has a mobile phone apparently. And fashion is... yeah, you know what, fashion's alright, I guess. I mean, look at that sweet jacket. And you know what? I'm sick of the opposite side of the argument. Stuff like, hey, we got a bunch of stuff. Did you see the video of Michael J. Fox and he had the power laces? Yeah, I did. First off, what a bloody legend. But these work like shit. Besides, do you really need power laces? Unless you don't have the use of your hands. What, you can't spend 20 seconds doing up your shoes? What are you, the king? Are you the king of some country that you're so busy running that you can't spare the seconds necessary to tie up your own shoes? And if you are that, you know what's as quick as power laces? Velcro. Buy some bloody Velcro shoes, you dumbass. Oh look, and Pepsi released a Pepsi that's the same as the movie. Yeah, the thing about that is, it's just Pepsi in a different shaped bottle. Whoop-de-doo. And besides, don't drink Pepsi or Coke or any of these beverages. They're like crazy bad for you. Drink water, idiot. It's practically free and won't kill you unless you're trapped in a barrel of it. Flying cars. Yeah, they don't exist. Oh, but what about things like this? That's a fucking plane! Also, if you really want everyone to have a flying car, then you're out of your goddamn mind. Driving is terrifying enough without the fear of being sideswiped and hurtling into the side of a mountain. Plus, even in the Back to the Future, there's still roadblocks in the sky. For some reason. And of course, the hoverboards. Alright, everything that people consider to be a hoverboard doesn't count. I know there are those that think that thing that Lexus made is dead on. Initially, me included. But guess what? No one's ever getting one of these. These aren't going to be mass produced. This cost so much, Lexus says they couldn't possibly put a figure on a version that would go to market. Which basically means, hey idiot, you don't have enough money. Stop bothering us. And even if you did have the money, there are some things that need to be known about this board. Firstly, it doesn't work like it appears to work. Using science that's so beyond me, it may as well be called magic, the skate park was fitted with a hidden magnetic track that repels the board, which also has magnets in it. Or something. Not only that, it has to be cooled to a ridiculous minus 135 degrees Celsius using liquid nitrogen to get this whole thing going. Now, I'm not saying this isn't a marvelous piece of magic. It certainly is. There is just no current possibility of this being a thing that we can have. Also, it still grinds like a regular skateboard. They cut the audio out, but I bet it sounds like this. And like I said, Back to the Future 2 was never meant to be an accurate representation of the future. Just because a movie said you're getting a hoverboard didn't mean that you would. Also in the 80s, Nightmare on Elm Street said a melted pedophile was going to invade your dreams and murder you. Is that something you want also? But you know something that you might want? One of 2 original cells from the first Back to the Future film. If you donate literally any amount of money to the Hill Valley Preservation Society, with the proceeds going towards finding a cure for Parkinson's, and enter either Mr. Sunday Movies or the Weekly Planet in your transaction description, you could very well win one. I mean, statistically, you probably won't. But what if you did? Can you imagine? Winners will be announced on Monday, the 2nd of November's episode of the Weekly Planet podcast, which is out every Monday and is a show where we talk movies and TV shows and comics. All these things mentioned will be linked below, along with some other videos of mine that you may want to have a look at. Question though, if there was one piece of tech from Back to the Future 2 that you could make a reality, what would it be? And you can't say time machine. Actually, you know what? You can. I don't care. So if you do have any thoughts, please feel free to leave them below. All right. Thanks everyone. Take care.